Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius September 18, 2022. At times today, touchy situations and people can be challenging to navigate. Rising above conflicts is possible with some patience. Try not to burn yourself out by pushing too hard or expecting instant results from your efforts. Aim not to talk ahead of yourself or jump into action too quickly based solely on momentary feelings and impulses. Remind yourself that desires coming on suddenly today may not truly reflect what you want or need. You may be swinging from idealistic images of someone or a situation to imagining the worst. If you are unprepared or disorganized, any drama occurring now can feel worse than it is. For best results, focus on the things you love instead of pinning your hopes elsewhere. Note that dissatisfaction with a current situation can be harder to ignore, but it could motivate you to make improvements. Today, smog will choke you and your relationships. This is because the mighty sun, spinning within your solar first house of identity, your zodiac sign, will face off with a sneaky Neptune across the sky in your solar seventh house of partnerships. This ensures you could experience a make-or-break moment in a significant connection, or fall victim to someone who is simply manipulating you or trying to use and abuse you. If single, keep your wits about you because a lover that you meet may actually be a con man who is only out to rob you blind. Do you like working with them? You may have a more self-reflective day as you figure out how you feel and work with others when the sun in your sign opposes Neptune retrograde. The opposition suggests having a growing realization about your working relationships and commitments. Since Venus in your sign squares Mars in Gemini, you may notice that some of your commitments cause professional tension. Not all of your professional arrangements and partnerships are going to sustain your career path. Figure out who and what is worth further developing as part of your career path. Your health practices are a wonderful way to reconnect with lost parts of yourself. The meticulous child who rearranged their sock drawer every Saturday might re-emerge as you wash up after cooking a nutritious meal. The bouncing little gymnast who had the energy of a puppy may float across your mind as you near the park for a run. As your practice strengthens, remember to gently embrace the parts of you that emerge. It is through acceptance, not judgment, that we achieve wholeness. This is going to be a good day if you take the bull by the horns. Indeed, you will need to get around some obstacles before entering this more favorable phase which the current vibrations have outlined. Everything hinges on the fact that you are a fighter, so the details of daily life have never impeded you from making your projects concrete. You don't get discouraged easily. This is true in your sentimental life as well, where harmony and success will be dominant. While the sun will leave Virgo next week, bringing your birthday month to a close, Venus is here for another 12 days. Even then, just as Venus leaves the dwarf planet Ceres will return, beginning your first deep dive into your needs and priorities in 4 years. This is taking away the urgency when it comes to knowing your wants and needs for this new solar year, freeing you to focus instead on following your personal truth. You don't need to know the destination to trust what is the right path for you. A week on from a full moon that saw the sun and moon clash, putting a balance between your personal and relationship needs to the test, this comes to a head again today. This time it is the sun and Neptune, and after Venus, the planet of love, put this to the test yesterday. This is more a chance to take an objective look at what is realistic and what isn't. This week your sensitive nature may desire money for the softer things in life, like the pursuit of beauty and truth. But your attention is drawn to your past lives and karma, where you may need to do some healing. Meanwhile, your livelihood is a lot more communicative. The more you say, especially in the right way, the more you're capable of earning. Our eyes in the sky. Today brings some sudden and unexpected surprises that might require a lot of patience. As Venus in Virgo squares the moon, there is a give and take between what you want and what is actually occurring. If you feel the need to stand in your truth, this is when you could meet some opposition. This competing energy doesn't want to budge for anyone's preconceived expectations. However, Mars is going to kick you right out of your comfort zone whether you're ready or not. The Gemini moon helps bring things around by allowing a more analytical approach to everything. Maybe these are the actual changes you need to really step into a more authentic version of yourself after all. Even if you feel a little scattered right now, it doesn't mean that there isn't light at the end of the tunnel. There's a generous amount of earth energy in the sky as well. This helps on the financial end of matters and deepens your commitment and maturity in this realm of your life. You have to stick with the vision and allow the rest to unfold. Message or phone call from someone dear who lives far away could arrive today. You've been thinking about this person for a while, so don't be surprised if you hear from him or her. You're especially attuned to the thoughts and feelings of others right now. In fact, you may feel especially inspired to work on projects of your own, as ideas are likely to fill your head. Have fun. In the pre-dawn hours, the Gemini moon trines retrograde Mercury in Libra, allowing us to reconcile an emotional issue. Replaying past exchanges and conversations in our heads helps us to appreciate why matters unfolded as they did. Although we may achieve greater personal understanding on a matter, it's best not to attempt to repair or course-correct anything while Mercury is retrograde. The fact that this reevaluation has occurred is the important thing. Before noon, Venus in Virgo squares off with Mars in Gemini, provoking impatience. A helpful connection between the Moon and Uranus can reunite you with your motivation and drive, reigniting some much-needed passion in your heart and mind. Before bed, be sure to journal any emotional or mental breakthroughs you had today so you can relax when it's time to get some rest. This aspect creates difficulties in achieving compromise, and we, therefore, tend to experience its effects in our relationships. Currently, both Venus and Mars are transiting Mercury-ruled signs, signs that overanalyze, signs that get hung up on details, and signs that are answering to retrograde Mercury. Their clash perpetuates conflict in the form of arguments or crossed signals. Neither party feels seen or heard, although if we stop and listen to what the other person is trying to say, we'd probably discover that we want the same things, we just have different approaches to getting there. One positive manifestation of this influence, if channeled appropriately, is powerful sexual tension. Make-up sex may be our reward if we can manage to put aside our differences.